I use music to raise my creativity, and in this video I'm gonna share a little bit about thoughts on this and how I use it, and how you can use it as well. When I was 9, I started playing the violin. Lots of private lessons, played in orchestras, played recitals, that sort of thing, and then I stopped. I got in those few years that I played a sense of what good music is, a sense for what I enjoy in music. While I can't always describe it in words, I know it when I hear it, and when I hear it, it's an ignition for my emotions. It's an ignition for then my creativity, for what words I want to express. I made some notes on how I use music, and one of the things I wrote is that when I play music that I like, so good music, right, whatever that means to you, whatever that means to me, when I find a good piece, maybe that's on Artlist, maybe that's on YouTube, maybe that's on another music provider, I'll loop that song. We're talking about instrumental music, and we're talking about music that would perhaps be classified as cinematic and classical music. If it is with lyrics, I will have it in a different language. Usually that's the case if I'm going with lyrics. Sometimes not, maybe there are exceptions to that. So in that way, it's almost like a story in which the writer leaves a blank space for the reader to fill their imagination. In this case, it's the composer who's leaving space in instrumental music for the listener to come up with their own meaning, to find their own emotions in that piece. When personal expression of emotion is a challenge for those who don't easily pick up on humor, who tend to take statements literally, along with a strong cynicism of the world. When I was 12, I thought that jokes were a lie. If someone gave a statement of a joke that had some of the phrase, "the sky is purple," no it wasn't, that was a lie. I did not accept jokes, I did not understand them, I simply thought they were untrue statements, lies. But now that I'm in my 20s, I realize that I have a bit more understanding of humor and jokes. Part of the work that my mom does is working as a comedian, so she writes her own jokes. There is times when she will say her jokes to me to see if I find them funny, and so I'll find some funny and I'll understand some, but then others I will still I won't understand. I'll take the statements as literally, not that they're true, but that they're just statements, like, okay, fact 1, fact 2, that happened and that happened, okay, I still don't understand why that would be funny. Or what could happen is that I laugh at the joke, but because I misunderstood it. For example, if there's a joke that's, let's say, generally acceptable as funny, and group 1, who has no issues understanding humor, laughs because they get the original meaning of the joke for reason 1, and then I laugh because of reason 2. So I misunderstood the joke, but still laughed because I found another funny meaning. So part of me misunderstanding humor is emotional reservation. So, for example, you will not see me arrive to a party and shout in greeting to my friend. I usually take a more reserved approach, so maybe that's the deeper, more meaningful conversation with someone, and it's just a little bit more calm, and that's how I usually communicate. And along with this, in relation to music, is that I find music to be a gateway for my emotions. So what I'm saying is, you know when they say, "Oh, you took the words right out of my mouth," or, "Oh, that paragraph explained what I was trying to put into words." That's how I feel with music, but for emotion. What is the point in finding good music? To understand something that makes us feel understood, to find music that resonates with what's inside, to find something, a very rough imitation of life, or perhaps a very smooth translation of it. So again, this is going back to this idea of the music matching the emotions I have inside. And when I find that, then I find this kind of energy, this ignition to create and to have these ideas, and to have this flow, it's a little switch that clicks on, and once, it's maybe a dam, so the dam is pulled up, and then all the ideas and all the flow of creativity goes past. The last idea I have here is, via audio, we remember past times. We find motivation to create, motivation that is inspiration. So just for example, I'll try to put maybe 1 or 2 songs that I was listening to last year, maybe 6 months ago, 7 months ago, maybe even 5 years back, 6 years back. When I hear these songs, I will think back to a past time that I was listening to that song. Song number 1, I'll put it as number 1. That song, I listened to it when I was in the library at my university doing some homework or doing some study. And when I hear it now, and I haven't heard it, other examples, there is a song, A Winter's Tale. A number of these songs I know because I watch Yona Yentin's videos, and she uses really good music that fit with her scenes, and that then she will list the songs she uses and I'll go and listen to them. Side story. But when I listen to A Winter's Tale, I think of a couple years back when I was watching her videos and when she was actually using that song in her videos. And when I hear that song, I will think of the scenes in her videos. Footage of the forest, the drone footage of the lake. Those thoughts and those memories are quite relaxing for me, and I like to think about that. I write a monthly newsletter called Growth Squared, and that you can find in the description below. Otherwise, I think you will like this video on how I never get bored.